Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to the exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene takes place once again in the auction house that has been set up in the goth club known as Carpe Infernum, because even you too should seize the hellfire. As you walk down into this large oval room, normally it throngs with individuals gyrating on the dance floor to their new age, new wave, new synth. I don't even know what the children these days are listening to. But this evening it is rather more chilled, quiet, and some would even say somber. This evening is the last of the auctions, the last time that we're all going to gather under this roof in order to bid bits of ourselves for advancement, for another step to claw something truly great. Another 8 pillars have been laid out, one after another. Upon each of them, there sits a new and unique item. The items themselves can be found on the Facebook if you wish to have a look-see at them. They're rather unique. But with that in mind, I will flick down the groupings of you all, and you will give your little brief introductions. I will go from left to right on my screen. So, Christine, you're up first.
Well, Monique is going to walk in alone by herself. Not very glamorously dressed up. Sort of like the usual business chic, but not as, top notch as she usually is. And to look around, completely ignore all the items, and it's pretty much looking for the auctioneer.
He's not there yet. However, we will move on. I'll let you know when he arrives. Sir Christian, your introductions.
Sir Christian enters the club and the viewing area for the items, wearing a nice Adidas tracksuit with red and white with white stripes. He's got big blue sunglasses on, which he'll remove when he gets into the viewing area, and just browses the new items that are on for up for auction.
Cool. Jason, would you like to introduce your new character, sir?
There we go. In comes a fellow. I actually put in a picture so that you at least get a better idea of the face. Some people would probably say Nordic features, male, just under 180. That's in centimeters. And he comes in, has got average streetwear. From the clothing style, I'd say there is a faint whiff of the 80s about it. He calmly walks in, seems to be taking in his surroundings, and after a few seconds of hesitation, he starts inspecting the goods, trying his best not to walk into anyone or being a nuisance. So that's Damien for you.
Wonderful. Shayna, Katya, you're next.
Katya arrives with Francis, as she did the first night of the auctions. She is seeking out someone in particular tonight, but that can wait. She is dressed as the photo shows. And she would see if there's anything Francis wants to look at before she decides to look at anything.
Mr. Formo, you are up next, sir.
I would be sitting in the ramshackle seating arrangements for the club. He's wearing a pair of moth-riddled robes. There's nothing particularly of note about them, and a pair of leather gloves.
Awesome sauce. Nelson, you're up.
go. There we go. I did not forget I was muted. So yeah, Amboise is again dressed for the occasion in his entirely black outfit. Probably better outfit than what he could wear, what he used to wear before he came to this city. But yes, no, it's quite an expensive outfit that he's wearing. He's still feeling strange after what he did last night. Doesn't feel good about it, but hey, he proved that he wasn't going to betray the Camarilla. He proved that he did a great thing for the Camarilla. So yeah, he's feeling strange, but he walks in.
Very good. Next up is going to be Francis.
Francis, he arrives with Katja, embraced in casual Parisian high fashion like this. Making his way around, his arm locks with his ever lovely compatriot, and if Katja is willing, we'll just pay a quick visit to some of the items that are of interest to him, but also be interested in any items that interest her. Also, does this man show up?
He does.
Okay, yes. And then a very aged and rather small-looking old man with a very long beard, rather wearing way back in the day, his robes would not have been so fine. But now he is wearing extremely fine, fancy, over-the-top Persian robes, and kind of toddling in rather mischievously, rather deviously. He has quite a spring in his step. He just smiles. He seems rather excited. Like this entire place is just so lovely and quaint to him, and he just can't wait.
And Saskia, did you introduce Darcy?
I have not yet. I will do now. There will be a limousine arriving, and out of this limousine, Darcy will step. She has a dress made specifically for this occasion, and she is looking cute as fuck. At least that's what she thinks. And yeah, she will walk in. Tiny little creature in red, like a butterfly, kind of, And she doesn't immediately recognize anyone. She'll just walk over to the items and starts to look at them, trying to find a certain item that she's really interested in.
Cameo wave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. As you start to mill and circulate, the door at the other end of the room will open. The auctioneer will enter. Though he's not leaning on his cane, he's actually walking with a spring in his step. He has this smile on his face. Look at how happy he is.
Yeah, that's unnerving.
And perception empathy.
And Damien makes a note of that in a notebook and puts it away.
But he goes and he basically sits at the podium. He's not standing behind it, he's sitting in front of it at the moment.
Okay.
In case anyone wishes to ask him questions.
Yeah, Francis will just keep an arm and he'd catch all note this. In fact, he'd even state it to her.
Morrig will eyeball him. and walk towards the podium. May I have a word, sir?
Well, in theory, you just did.
Well, I was hoping for a more extensive exchange of words, if you will.
Well, you're talking.
You see, I may have given you something that does not entirely belong to me. I would like to see if there is a way to rectify that mistake.
I do believe that I have stated several times, all transactions, dearie, are final. Remember, all magic comes with a price.
Well, that's true, but while it wasn't a thing that was mine to give, wouldn't that prove it void?
So explain to me this, if you will. Why is it that your concerns have anything to do with me?
I assume that you're here to bargain. Perhaps there's something of greater value I can offer you.
Ooh, greater value, you say? Greater value than greater value than multiple years of memories of your life. For the record, everyone can hear him say this. Like it carries very well in this room, so you can hear him having this conversation.
The acoustics are good.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, scribbling intensifies audibly.
Audible scribbling.
All right, then. I'll make you a deal, Miss Monique. You want your memories back? I'll do that deal. All I ask in exchange is your soul.
Oof.
Oof.
My what?
Don't.
Your soul.
Takes a step back, decides to go to the middle where there are chairs, hopefully.
The scribbling.
The chairs will protect us.
My
This
soul?
is when Ambroise takes out a box of popcorn and just looks at them watching the
Well,
conversation.
Yes.
Okay, out of character, what would that entail?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, so wait a second. I'm just gonna put on my real world screen. So this is what Francis is going. He's going. This is what he's going.
Okay, is there anything I can roll to convince this fellow to be reasonable?
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, fuck.
How about you offer him something
Maybe
that isn't your soul but is valuable?
Maybe negotiate. Yeah, that's how diplomacy works. I didn't say anything.
Well, how can I negotiate if I can't roll anything?
I'd say if you roll wit and you get 20 successes at difficulty 10.
Honey, I don't know if you noticed, I don't have much wits in me.
There's not really a dice roll you can make. You just have to make an offer.
Yeah.
What do you think is more valuable?
He likes memories. Maybe just offer him more.
Or different ones.
There you go.
Or, something of value.
Like a
Bear in mind, you started off this negotiation, important facts, because I'm going to actually give you all a life lesson here. You started off this negotiation seeming desperate and started from a place of weakness.
Yeah, that's true.
Inches towards the back of the room.
I tried to reason with him about the reasons why.
You tried to connect human emotion to something that is entirely not human.
Well, yeah.
Make him an author, goddammit.
Just do.
Make him an offer he can't refuse.
What do you have that's valuable except for your soul?
I tell you what, it'll be entirely painless, dearie. It's just as he moves his hand, a contract appears. Sign on the dotted line, you have your memories back. As a matter of fact, I'll even alter your friend's memory so he'll forget exactly what it is you did to him. Did we have a deal?
I never asked for this. I can live with the consequences of my mistakes, sir. But I want to give you something valuable.
As a matter of fact, the prelude to this entire sentence is the prelude to this entire debate is the fact that you can't deal with exactly what it is that you have done. You want out of it. So the fact is, you just lied to me. I don't like it when people lie to me.
Wanting to correct a mistake doesn't mean I won't receive consequences for it.
I only have two hands. I can't. Eventually, I'm just going to be dabbing here. Like,
Oh no.
Ambroise will help you and add his hands.
Can I just point out that IRL Bishop is really fucking cute. Like Jesus
Aw.
Christ level cute.
I look like I'm out of the Beatles. Alright, I'm gonna go back. This is literally what Francis is doing. Like, no. This entire time, it doesn't end. It's just.
I'm waiting for the thermonuclear explosion to happen.
I was going to say, look at that. Ambroise and Francis are agreeing. They're like, no,
Alright,
don't do
I
that.
tell you what. I'll make you a counter deal. I'll make you a counter offer. A love for a love. All the feelings you have for that man over there, she points at Francis.
Is Francis gonna have to roll for self-control?
Out of character, I fucking expected that. You're predictable as shit, okay?
Burn.
Wow, okay, this is calling me predictable and insulting me out of character is pretty conducive character.
Oh god.
Continue thinking this.
Would the good auctioneer perhaps like to hear a different offer?
There's something that the auctioneer doesn't understand, however, is that you can't compare one feeling with the other. And my feelings towards my sire aren't changed. They're still there.
But that bad blood bond are necessarily all the sweeter.
I think the auctioneer understands, he just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
That man a cookie and a pat on the head. He's right 10 out of 10.
Well,
you need to understand the fact that he does not care.
Francis just walks on over and he will just walk directly in front of Monique like she's not even there, and will just say the currency was 10, yes, so she can offer you 4 minor favors and 2 major ones. That's quite a lot.
I have no interest in your currency.
Well, I mean, you were taking favors for, so I assume translate there.
Yes, however, in this particular moment, I have something. Oh! She looks at Monique and smiles. We have a new auction item lot, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm not surprised.
Right,
actually, this is quite equitable. I think you're right. This is going to be quite exciting.
Yes, it is.
Oh no.
A delectable bargain.
Why am I the only one who doesn't understand what the fuck is going on?
Oh, he's going to auction your feelings for the Master of Harpies.
Hey, Francis. You got. Am I right in saying that you were that guy in the Tremere Chantry who got that really cool sword that happens to be a Memento de Morte level 5?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Essentially, Miss Christine. Essentially, Miss Christine, I'm going to auction your memories.
Oh god. Okay.
Hey, now you have a chance to pay up.
However, important question out of character. Will this be done now or at the actual event?
Well, we're not going to do it now. It's not the auction.
Oh,
The auction happens in an hour and a half. Well,
yeah, exactly.
Precisely.
If she wants to sleep, I'll do it now.
Yeah, I can't do. Because I woke up at like 9 and it's already past midnight.
See, I was so worried when like all of the items were just getting bought off and I wasn't able to get anything. I'm like, man, now I'm seeing the payback happen and Sam's just slowly leaning back to the wall like, dodge that bullet.
Yeah, you did, man. There's a reason why I didn't reply to your question how things went, because I was in a shithole for 2 days for it.
You guys really gave up a lot of shit for items.
Yeah, it was sick. You know?
Alright
Yep.
then.
Let's just talk about this, please.
I mean, I always get really, really nervous when the DM's like, look at this amazing item, and then immediately a person goes, you can have my soul. And I'm like, whoa, run.
Alright then, let's start this off. Let's start off the bidding at 5, shall we?
Damien lifts a hand and asks politely, 5 what, if I may inquire?
We've developed a system whereby favors, emotions, memories, whatever it is you choose to give up will be given a value and then assigned. The current value is 5.
Okay.
2 minor favors.
You hear from the back of the room. Sorry, continue.
Is there a sheet where I could see what a minor favor would entail?
Minor is
Beg your pardon,
3
I'm a little new.
currency. Yeah, minor is 3, major is 4.
Basically, a minor
you know what-
favor is something that can inconvenience you, but not straight up kill you. A major favor is
Scribbles.
anything. A major favor is anything he can think of.
I think I get the gist of it. Thank you very much. And he sits down.
You can also bid in memories. You can bid in experiences. You can bid in emotions. You can bid in any other thing. From the back of the room, you will see a couple of individuals entering the room. You will see this individual say 25.
Oh.
Delicious.
I was going to say, some people in the room know who this person is.
I do. I know that
Who the
guy.
fuck is that?
I'm a
What's
fucking
the,
when I see him because
What's the
guy.
vibe I'm getting off him?
I'll give you his appearance specialty because I love it. His appearance specialty is appearance 4. His specialty is I am the dragon.
I see.
Which means you look
Am
at
I-
him and you're
am
like,
I-
wow, that guy looks like a dragon.
Am I getting any sense that he's a kindred or something else?
Do you have Auspex 2?
Negative.
Then you really can't tell.
Okie dokie.
It's an Auspex 2 power to do that. But the current bid stands at 25 to Lord Saisho.
Darcy will actually go up and greet him respectfully with a bow.
Yeah, same.
That's
He
all.
reaches out a hand and he brushes Darcy's face with like 3 of his. He has very long, decorated, polished nails, and he says, "It is agreeable to see you again, Miss Elsewhere. It's rather ironic. When last I saw you, you were the one who was making incredible offers before my throne."
Well, perhaps so, but I meant everything, word of it.
Perhaps I might give an extra offer, 28, if you will, depending on the value you might give it.
What is the auctioneer will say? "Oh, my dearie. Well, what is the offer?"
The offer is the souls of 3 people bound to your will that are able to do things that only a wraith might do. They are then
That I've had to value souls before, dearie. That is worth a grand total of 30.
excellent. It's nice to hear the good auctioneer has a standard setting for this kind of thing.
What did Ryan just offer?
3 souls.
Ugh, don't ask how I got them.
How did he get them?
How'd you get him?
I don't want to know.
By the way, hang on. Important note. I take it you don't mean Sophia's soul in that as well, right?
No, I mean spirit slaves.
Yeah, that's fine. In that case, the bid is with the good gentleman. 30 going once.
Wait, because I need to do some calculations here.
Well, unless someone wants to bid 3 souls for someone's emotions, Like, I'm only doing it
No,
because they're replaceable.
how many boons do I need to give for
He
that
won't
amount?
accept. He won't accept that many boons. That would be 10 minor favors, and you don't. He does. You don't work. You're not worth that much. You'd have to start giving things.
See, you could probably offer a certain amount of favors and then memories. Or things.
Well, I don't know what kind of memories I can. Like, I'm pretty young, you know?
You got a good, what, like 30, 40 years on you? Come on.
Twice.
Come on, give me a moment here. I have to think. God.
You don't get time to think.
It's an auction, baby.
Yeah, I know, but right now I have to think up of background information that I haven't thought before on my character and just come up with them right away.
How much would the memory of watching 1 million souls burn be?
Jesus.
That would be an 8.
Gotcha. Keeping that written down.
Just evaluating that as we go through, may as well do it now.
Yeah, valid. Sold to Mr. Famo.
I tip my non-existent hat. Pleasure's always auctioneer.
What appears in your hand is a small glass sphere that has basically as you look inside it, it appears to have like vague ephemera, or it's almost like silver mixed with a black liquid, if that makes sense. Quite simple. The person who smashes it open gets the memories.
If Francis could be rubbing the bridge of his nose any harder, you're pretty sure it would break. He'd take full lethal.
Monique is on the verge of fainting right now.
You're a kindred.
Yeah, but you know the feeling, like.
Well.
I'm going to turn to this fellow. What exactly did he give for that?
30.
3 souls.
Yeah, 3 wraiths who I had bound to my will. Which is something that obviously you'd need like necromancy 4 or 5 in the sepulchre path to be able to do, and a lot of time around dead people.
I must say, Mr. Famo, that is a most intriguing buy.
Certainly is. I'm always open to counter offers.
What would you want for it?
Perhaps we could have this discussion in an area where all deals are not infinitely binding.
That would be a wise idea.
I agree.
Ah, Sam, wonderful to see you again.
Yes, I'm still here. Not dead. Not true dead yet.
Not true dead yet, Seneschal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seneschal, I think, is the point he was trying to make.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, okay.
What's the wow, okay? What?
He still didn't say Seneschal.
It's fine. Hennessy is actually very, very lax around his own clan, to be fair, but that is fine.
This is publicly, though.
Yeah, well, I literally just acquired clan friendship, so...
Yeah, Ryan literally just got given clan friendship, Nosferatu.
Nice.
Quick info, out of character. From the kindred, are any blushing of life, or are they going au nature?
I don't have blushing of life, so...
Sam just has Mask of 1,000 Faces on, and that's it.
Francis is Master of a Masquerade, so he looks a bit pale, but otherwise entirely human because he breathes and blinks naturally.
Understood.
Yeah, and let's see. Ambroise is probably having a drink of wine, because wine.
You'll have to ask Ryan what he is first. It's not exactly obviously a kindred.
Bingo, got that.
Do my eyes deceive me? It would appear as though, Omar, you've slithered out from wherever it is that you call home.
Ah, hello, good Seneschal. Tis such a pleasure to see you again.
Have you come to buy the entire lot then, and then flog it on eBay or whatever it is you do?
Oh no, I was actually going to send an email to Jeff Bezos, but about the same thing. Come on, it's been such a long time. He
Don't lose the accent. Don't lose the accent.
I'm trying really
The accent is
hard.
kind of Omar Shadid. He will always do that damn accent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on, do it.
Omar Shadid. It is. He actually goes to hug the Seneschal.
It's that wonderful moment of someone who really doesn't want to be hugged but accepts the hug. Like,
Oh. Oh no, I have not come here to bankrupt all of you. Just a couple of you.
Allow me to introductions. This fine gentleman is Omar Shadid, a member of Clan La Sombra in good standing in the Camarilla. If he is allowed to stand in the Camarilla, we're still debating that.
How much are these rooms echoing?
Fairly, like, you can hear this conversation, mostly because I'm not going to do the whole kind of you can't hear conversations, because that's just really stupid.
I agree. Okay.
Well, but I'm always here for the Camarilla, and he will bow before the entire group, regardless of their supernatural standing, and will just say, "An absolute pleasure to meet all of you."
Mopwas will approach because, hey, clanmate! And he'll bow. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Ambroise Louveau of Clan La Sombra.
Oh, little brother, it's good to see you. And he will go to shake your hand, and well, I mean, I assume Omar Shadid has a lot of potents.
There's potent 6 there.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is a wow. Okay.
Okay.
He shakes your hand, and goddamn, wow, that is crushing.
Okay.
But it's fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
so Ambroise's strength plus potency isn't bad, but yeah, I'm guessing Omar Shadid is a lot higher.
Oh yeah, keep in mind, he looks like an old man, and it's like his early 60s.
So his strength plus potency is probably what, like 10?
I mean, I don't know, but he's certainly much stronger than he appears to be. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
And yeah, he shakes you with both hands, very vigorously.
Yeah, he's verging on being able to throw freight trains like footballs.
Yeah, he could. You know, you're kind of a football to him, but it's fine. He likes you. It's good to meet a member of the family. You must tell me why you were here sometime. We must talk after the auction.
Of course.
Yes.
Sam will just give a nod.
Oh, and I see a distant relative over there. He points to Ryan.
Yes. Though I am not an affiliate of Marconius's brood, given the current situation, I would say that my affiliation with the Camarilla is a good thing. Am I mistaken?
He navel gazes for a second, says, "Oh no, I think it is very good indeed. A blast from the past, as it were. I haven't seen many among your kind for a very long time, particularly if you're not from Marconius's."
Yes, a rare vintage, of course.
But though we are not all of the finest vintage here.
It's best to keep out of the way of people who aren't exactly concentrating on the pursuit of knowledge.
I can empathize.
For the
I
record,
can empathize.
this woman makes her way between you all, and she's looking through the items. She's kind of weaving her way through. She is wearing clothing. Obviously, she's not necessarily pictured with it. She's wearing just a very plain white T-shirt and black jeans, and she's not wearing shoes. But her eyes are fixed on the items as she's walking around. appearing to take them on, and some of you may know her. I believe some of you do. I think Darcy knows her.
Darcy knows her.
And I know that Francis has met her briefly.
Ryan doesn't really find
But
people attractive, but he does like skulls, and a person covered in skulls is like, you know, pretty good.
They're balling.
yeah, her ink is incredibly cool. Like it's literally every inch of skin from her neck down is covered in ink. She stops briefly. Jason, she looks the new mage up and down, like. Then she quirks her head to the side.
Just a sec, please. I mean, out of character. Back. Hangout. Back there. Yeah. Damn it. Okay, I've accidentally ended up in like the text part. Sorry, guys.
Well, don't worry. I don't even know how to get there.
Anyway, sorry. I'm back.
But yes, there's this rather interesting young woman who is just looking at you up and down before she cocks her head to the side and appears to be contemplating you.
Funnily enough, as she is looking Damien up and down, he is doing the same, but slower, as if basically trying to suck up whatever detail of the tattoos that he can get. And after that, he doffs, a non-existent hat towards her. And basically waits to see what she does.
You used to be the one who was owned by Nine Fingers Town.
His eyes go pretty wide at her saying that, and tries to stammer something out, but doesn't quite manage, and just shuts his mouth.
You are capable of speech, I assume.
Yes, of course. Owned, definitely a strong word. I would say cooperated.
Interesting.
Anyway, where are my manners? Damien, and he offers his hand.
She bows. She doesn't take the hand.
In that case, he takes the hand back and bows as well.
Myron, and the servant and the apprentice, the Ebon Dragon, Lord Saisho. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Damien.
Thank you for having me around.
No, she shrugs. You've never angered my master to the point that I would have to have an unpleasant conversation with you. As if I did, I would be removing your spine at this current moment.
A repo move. I'll keep that in mind.
She turns and continues to look at the auction items.
Damien sits down and wipes a bit of sweat off his brow. He obviously wasn't very comfortable with that.
Looking down at Darcy, because apparently Darcy has just become his arm candy for this evening.
Okay.
Saisho will say, my apprentice has a way with people, perhaps?
If I have Auspex too, can I possibly inspect that person?
Which one?
The dragon.
Yeah, you can inspect him if you like.
I also have Hearthfall 3, so if there's any folklore tales that he happens to resemble. Yeah. Am I rolling for it, or do I just use Aura Perception?
You have to roll perception empathy. It's difficulty 8 minus your Auspex rating, so that would mean it would be difficulty 6.
Okay.
And you have to roll perception empathy. Bishop, I get to get up the colors.
Yes, the fucking colors.
Colors are always fun.
Everybody likes to color things.
Yes.
Does black
Yay.
count like a color?
Yes, it's actually a
All
black
the
is hatred.
colors.
All the colors, Monique.
I
Like
kind
what?
of know
Yeah,
about
it's color.
colors, you know.
I wish Shadid is going to approach Monique now.
Yeah, I got a success.
He has a myriad of sparkles in his aura, which shows that he is indeed magical. A mage, to be exact.
Interesting.
Because unlike the time when Frank met him, he is not purposefully hiding his aura this evening.
This general reminds me of a little tale of a dragon named Al Kwang.
He turns his head very slowly to look at Ryan. By the way, does Ryan have any dots of Streetwise?
Streetwise, no. One of his ghouls does, but he doesn't.
Okay, do you want to roll me just raw intellect then? Difficulty is going to be standard because I think Streetwise is Streetwise a talent, a knowledge, or a skill? I can never remember.
It's probably a talent, given the fact that it's more about common sense than anything else. I do have common sense, but
Talent.
yeah, makes sense. Okay, no, just intelligence it is.
So it's going to be a +1 diff, so rolling a difficulty 7.
This is actually one success.
Cool. With one success. Lord Sideshow is probably at this moment in time the most powerful underworld figure in Dublin. He controls a crime syndicate called the Thousand-Tailed Dragon Shinsen Gumi, who basically run the docks.
Aha.
Thought I'd recognize you from somewhere. I believe my ghoul might have been in contact. You don't by any chance happen to deal in arms?
No, arms are not necessarily my business. I tend to deal more in passports, fake documents, and human meat.
Indeed, the arms would be more my situation.
Blinks.
And Mr. Dragon, not that dragon, the other dragon.
Did you just refer to me as Mr. Dragon? There's a moment,
No.
you notice there are goons behind him who stand up at this moment in time.
I
No,
can say
not.
that Darcy is starting to feel rather uncomfortable with all this.
He looks at him and he gives a bow and he says, "No, the other one, not you, another gentleman I know. I do not believe I know your name fully, and I would not ask of it. And if I said something to offend you, I apologize."
Was trying to
His hand, for the record, his hand raises, and you see the people kind of sit back down. He says, "Your apology is accepted." Sorry, continue, Ryan.
I was trying to like float out, with the Al Kong, the Chinese water dragon. I was trying to float that out there, see if I got any reaction. But he seems to be a very well composed gentleman, so whatever. Perhaps that last offer.
Beg your pardon?
A moment ago, you were saying what you happen to deal in.
Yes, I deal in documents, passports, human trafficking, etc.
Huh. Interesting. My card. And he gets out a business card.
He gets out a what, sorry?
A business card and extends it. I assume that one of his goons is going to pick it up, not him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
They put it into a card holder for him, and he says, "A pleasure to meet you, Mr.
Famo."
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Famo. But my apologies. Omar was about to bimble over and talk to Christine. Continue.
Yes. Monique, you end up being approached by a man, looks like he's like far from here. Middle Eastern gentleman, his early 60s, thick mustache, long beard, long thick beard that joins up with his hair, which sure is a fairly healthy amount, and gives you a rather endearing smile for his rather aged appearance. Rather lively smile, you can say. And what has got this beautiful flower so run down?
Good evening, sir. Don't believe we have met. My name is Monique Urbe. I'm a Toreador. How may I address you, sir?
Oh, you can just call me Oma.
Oh,
Clan La Sombra. Not really from around these parts, but I'm sure that was obvious.
Indeed. How could I help you this evening, sir?
Well, really, the question is, how can I help you? You appear to be so upset, and I can't help but wonder why.
I suppose it do appear rather helpless.
Well, then again, how may I help you, good lady of Clan Toreador?
Well, it seems that I have made perhaps the greatest mistake I've ever made in my life, both before and after.
Well, you need not worry. Every 50 years, I do one of those as well. It happens to the best of us.
Well,
you can rest easy. It means you've got another 50 years until the next one.
I don't know if I have 50 years.
Oh, come now.
But thank you for the sentiment. I do appreciate it.
No one would dare ruin that beautiful face. But please, tell me of your woes. Perhaps I can help you. I am a merchant by trade. What did I say? Entrepreneur, businessman, CEO.
Well, it would seem that I just lost a very important part of my memories to another person.
Hennessy will say from directly behind Omar, Flim Flam artist. Continue.
What you say?
Flim Flam.
Flim Flam?
Flim Flam artist. I'll just turn. That was it. That was the one. Yes. Please do carry on. He just
well, it seems that my own memories were put on auction tonight, and this fine gentleman won them. I do not possess a lot in terms of experience or whatever other currency is accepted here.
Well, I would worry not. You're only young, and I'm sure your sire would be more than willing to part with something in exchange. Unless, of course, you can wait a reasonable amount of time that you might acquire something of equal equivalence to it.
At the reference of her sire, every vampire in the room who knows collectively face palms. Continue.
Yeah, Francis is like, oof.
And Monique just tries to remain composed. Would I need to roll something for that?
Nah, you're alright. Continue.
Just a word of advice: if you break down into tears, it's not going to matter because people here don't have any humanity.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that.
I got humanity. I resent that.
We won't think less of you. We're all psychotic here.
Hey,
speak for yourself.
Oh,
hang on. Of all of the vampires in this room, if you're on humanity, you're playing the game wrong. Continue.
Hey, boo.
Boo!
Boo.
Man.
Oh,
Okay.
Boo.
All right. Hmm. Well, who knows? Perhaps someone might have something in store for the both of you.
Why do you sound like Schrodinger?
I don't know.
He's got half a cat. He's got half a cat in a box.
Yeah.
I resent that remark.
Yes, it's Omar. He probably sold the other half of the cat to a Korean restaurant, and he just says walking past the conversation.
oh my god.
I'll have you know I love cats. It was probably a dog.
Might I say that Hennessy is taking full effort and advantage of the current situation. Just like, even if he does lose his shit right now, which I know he's not going to, it's going to be great because it's either get deleted or calm down.
By the way, you guys will notice an interesting individual in the form of this person is currently talking to Hennessy.
Does either Omar or... I don't think Francis knows this person, but does Omar know this person?
She may have met him in passing. Her name is Whisper. Of the
Oh!
Nosferatu, she's the primary information broker.
She's a great
Sam's going to wait until Hennessy is done talking to the information broker, and then when Hennessy has some time, he wants to call him over politely.
Sorry, what were you saying, Bishop?
Oh, no, I was just making an observation. It's fine.
She very rarely comes out because she's kind of the weird spider who sits in the middle of their network, and she very rarely leaves the Warrens or the Nosferatu communal haven,
Okay.
unless she has to.
Like to hunt, presumably.
She's also the second eldest Nosferatu in the city.
Neat.
and the craziest.
Yeah.
Cool. I lied.
Damien is sorry. You go first.
No, what should you do to say? Anyway, yes, I might have that other half of a dog if you're looking for that, but I don't think either of you want that other half of a dog. That is quite a gruesome mess as it stands right now. Certainly not worth. Well, what either of you have bid for your respective items, but I'm sure I can find something for the both of you. Oh, Mashadid always finds a way. Well, I'm actually surprised that the Seneschal did not make a funny remark out of that. I'm disappointed. I'm giving you material here, good sir. Seneschal.
You can tell that they're like you can see her facial expression. You can't see the Seneschal's obviously, but she looks worried. And Hennessy has basically he put his hands behind his back and he's clasping his fists together. He's basically clasping one hand in his fist.
Ooh. Omar will actually shut up.
Whisper nods before she steps back. Sorry, Sam, which one of the two Nosferatu did you want to talk to?
I wanted to talk to Hennessy when he was done.
Hennessy is making a beeline to the door.
Okay, is she still available?
Yeah, she's standing there.
I go up and I give her a respectful nod.
Sam. Sam, that's your name, right?
Yes. Always a pleasure to meet the grandest information broker. Can I ask you something really quickly here? I am fairly new to the city and I was looking for contacts and I've been establishing them fairly well so far, but one particular enigma has eluded me.
Enigma. I know.
Yes,
Sorry, continue.
if you could give me
that was funny.
some answers to a question I had. Do you know of one known as Gravedigger?
Her eyes narrow, and she says, "Yeah, you're standing in his club, shitnuts."
What the heck happened?
We don't know. He just kind of upped and vanished.
I see.
Hey, oh, what's your name? Toreador, shit at art, really nice shoes, but he didn't buy the really nice shoes.
Wow, Francis is pissed already.
Cops, money.
Yeah, you and I are gonna have a quick word, Sunshine. Let's walk over here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, okay, very well. Excellent. I need all of this in my life. Francis just ends up walking over.
The Toreador has to look at the Nosferatu. So, continue.
I mean, hi. You don't know me. Hi. My name's Whisper.
Oh, but I've heard of you.
Indeed. It's very nice to meet you, Mr. Fairfax.
Flat face.
And for the record, I know all of your aliases if you'd rather I go by that, but then again, that's my job to know. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I get it. The Nosferatu know everything about me. They always have. They always will. It's kind of your stock and trade, as you say.
We keep dossiers. You would be amazed what we keep dossiers on. I mean, if you had bowel movements, by God, we'd know when they were.
Right. Well, I'm very thankful I do not. Anyway, yes, you wanted a word.
Hey, yeah. Do you know a guy who happens to go by the monogram Spectre?
Yes, why?
Yeah. He just killed. Well, I don't know if he killed him, but he just staged what I'm going to call some kind of. What would be the correct term? I'm going to call it a political car bombing.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Whose car did he bomb?
Well, technically speaking, it was a motorcade. He took out one of the cars in the process, killing 2 delegates from Ireland's own.
Oh! Wow, that's... Fuck. Okay.
The only reason we know it was him is because we were able to trace certain accounts that he was using in order to acquire the necessary military-grade hardware. Also, you know, he's one of us, and we tend to know how we move.
Is everybody else able to hear this, or is it a private conversation?
It's kind of, she's taken him to one side, so if you're actively listening in with Auspex, maybe you can hear them, but you'd have to actively be listening.
Okay.
Okay, well, one more thing to add to my plate.
I'm currently suppressing the news from reaching major news stations, but I'm only going to be able to do that for so long. So the boss has gone down to have a look, because ultimately we're also dealing with that tussle with the CEO of, or the, not the CEO, that's the wrong word, the face of that particular movement, and if that's linked to us, well, needless to say, all kinds of shit is going to hit all kinds of proverbial fans.
Yes, and it wouldn't surprise me if he deliberately tried to leave a trail back to at least one of us.
Probably.
So, oh god. Okay, well, I presume the Seneschal left based on this information, yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm here to represent anything the clan needs, so that's why I'm here.
Okay, yes, then, well, I'll very much work with you in order to suppress this information. I have some contacts of mine. I should be able to help with that.
Can I just point out, with the exception of the neck, which is obviously really weird, this to me is totally a Nosferatu with the flaw of rugged bad looks, because they're not actually unpleasant to look at in a weird way.
They have appearance 0, but they look... No, I think they can have appearance 1. It's just basically they can pass for human, I think is the merit.
There's a merit they can take called rugged bad looks that lets them do it.
Yeah. So she can pass for human. Cool. Francis will just say, then yes, I'll coordinate with your clients here. This issue's covered up sufficiently, and that we can. You said you've only been able to track him through his accounts right now.
If you want, we can always spin it so that they think it's some kind of other political dissident movement like the IRA or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. I can rig the books for that.
I'll be back in literally 30 seconds. She walks to Ryan. right? And she gets herself into a parallel kind of seating with Ryan. Scott, are you there?
Yes.
She's comparing ears.
Something I can help you with?
Hang on. Give me literally 20 seconds. Yours are ever so slightly long. Damn it!
Well, regardless, I couldn't help but overhear the conversation you were having. I do have heightened senses, so I might have been able to hear.
Let's be fair, you could help it, but you chose to do it. But then again, I'm not going to argue semantics with somebody who has such mighty fine ears.
Yes, I do find it rather funny that I possess the ability to hear things and have such large ears. But regardless, I happen to know a few people on the other side that might be able to get you the information you are inquiring about.
Oh. I'm an information broker by trade, sweetheart. I'm not exactly going to say no to information.
Of course. Would take me some time, and I would have to grease some palms.
If you have to pay money, the clan will reimburse you.
Yes. Typically, they require blood.
You want to go to them? Okay.
Well, the know-how is fairly easy once you get the gist of it, but of course.
I'll talk to my sire. Mr. Hennessy is generally quite decent when it comes to these matters.
Most of the time.
It depends. She kind of elbows Sam. For the record, yeah, there's a decent amount of potence there. It's not nearly as much as Hennessy's, but like she elbows him and she just says, "Come now, let's all be nice and smile and show a happy face."
He gives a chuckle and a wink and he says,
Happy as ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I do have Divine Sight and Knowing Stone, so I could locate him and know his next move, provided I had his date of birth and a rock from a graveyard to bleed on.
Mm-hmm.
So
just to kind of flick over to this other room. Hey, Darcy, how's it going?
Am I still being eye candy?
Well, Sideshow's just kind of standing and talking with you. Calling you eye candy is technically wrong, but yes.
That's fair. I mean, Darcy will just, from time to time sort of eye at the objects that are displayed there, and but otherwise we'll hold a pleasant conversation. She can do that.
Okay, actually, before we get on to the auction, which we're going to start in about I'm going to put up the new hangout in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes time. We're going to do the thing I did yesterday, which is flick through the hangout. And basically, if you have any particular questions about any of the items, or you want to look at them under any magical sites or ask the auctioneer particularly any questions about them, I'm going to flick through the hangout now. And we're going to do that, if that's okay. So with that in mind, going from my left to right again, Bishop, you're up first. Is there anything particular you want to look at or poke with any or any of the characters?
Well, we know what Amishdi is going to have a look at, so he'll have a look at that. Francis is going to have a look at... 1 second, actually get it up real quick. God, oh God. Facebook, please cooperate with me today. And he wants Francis is probably just going to check out the jewelry box, the playbook, and the sarcophagus. Fearless will check the well, what is the true name thing? I assume that's just like a promissory note or something that, hey, you'll get this name or something like that.
Yeah. Basically it's an angelic true name. It's written down in an envelope.
Neat. Okay. Yeah. And no touching rules, so no spirits touch, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I aura? Let's see. That would be what powers can I use? Because I can't spirits touch it. Any of the things, there's no point using any abilities on note because the note's just a promise. It's basically an IOU.
No, it's the name written down in the note.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, it's just written in the note. It's just the name, so there's not much I can do with it, I think. Let's see. The playbook is just a playbook, so the only thing I think I could really mess with is, well, what can I use on the sarcophagus?
X-ray vision.
I could heighten senses, maybe. Maybe or perception. If there's something in there, I mean, there's something in there. It's a question of what is it.
Must work.
That's what Francis is trying to find out.
Maybe there are bombs.
I mean, hey. But yeah,
No, the answer to that is no, because no one ever picks the Anarch ending because it was shit.
Didn't you mean the Camarilla one where you blew yourself up?
No, that was the Anarch ending.
No, it wasn't the Anarch ending.
Yeah, the Camarilla one was where you sided for Lacroix.
It was the
No.
Lacroix ending where you were with
Yes,
Lacroix and
exactly.
the
The Prince ending is the one you explode. The Anarch and the Lone Wolf is pretty much you survive. The Camarilla one is bad. The Kuei Jin is bad.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. I fucked that one up. All right,
but yeah, I guess I'm just trying to think. He could maybe heighten senses on the sarcophagus, if not maybe, or a perception. I don't know. But I don't think, because he can't Spirit's touch it, so there's not much he can do with it.
Does Theodus want to look at it?
Theodus might. Theodus. He will use his sights on the note. If it has a true name on it, there might be something there.
Okay. What sites are you using?
He'll start with Prime and basically cycle through all of the ones he has access to. I'm just going to double check which ones he doesn't, because it'll be more. He has access to pretty much all of them apart from Spirit and Life.
Okay.
But he has access to all other sites, so yeah, he'll just cycle through them. Mainly Entropy, Mind, and Prime, but also Time and Matter as well, because they may turn up something of their own, and also Forces, because he's really good at Forces, and who knows? Maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
I'm not going to make you roll through all of them, because that would be my life. It has a Prime signature, but you don't know what it is. Like, you'd assume the name itself is so powerful that it exhibits its own Prime signature.
Neat. Okay. Well, that more or less just authenticates it for Theodus. But other than that, what is it? Anything? Oh, never mind. Yeah, but other than that, I guess I'm gonna sending a PM.
Alright, so
1 second.
In that case, I'm
So
going to
much
flick on because I
to
want to get this done. So,
Yeah, I just sent you a message.
Darcy, what do you want to look at? And do you want to look at anything under a site or ask any particular questions about it?
Darcy would be interested in mostly how they found the jewelry box.
I beg your pardon?
She wants to know where and how they found the jewelry box.
How they found what?
She's not going to look at it. The box, Anastasia's box. Doll.
The
I mean,
whatchamacallit,
which other box?
The auctioneer will basically say, as he's filing his nails at the moment, oh, the answer to that is simple. I stole it.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, the Peterhof Palace was on fire. I could have let it go, but I didn't wanna.
Wait, you were there?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Interesting.
I lined up this wonderful shot with a crossbow that took this Duchess right through the back of the head.
I'd pay for the memory of that.
Evan, is he saying what I think he's saying?
That he shot someone through the back of the head? Yes.
Oh, I would love
Okay,
to see that.
someone, not Anastasia herself.
If he said Duchess, I think that's what he means.
No, he said a duchess. Bear in mind, there were a lot of
Oh, a
duchesses.
Duchess. Okay.
Also, fun
Fair
fact, Anastasia was a grand duchess. There was a difference.
Mhm.
Yeah,
true.
you're right. You're right. Okay.
Though, in all honesty, I'm not exactly sure what's in it. I can't open the damn thing.
Wonder why.
There's a trick to doing it.
I'm sure there is. I know there is. But thank you.
Okay. Ryan, is there anything in particular you want to look at? Are you good?
I mean, the memory of that person being shot in the back of the head with a crossbow sounds like something I would definitely pay for. I'm just saying. But is there anything particular of interest that's on sale today that Ryan might be interested in, just on the fly?
One thing that he might be interested in is the mirror that brings someone back from the grave for a single day. Or single evening, rather.
That's interesting.
Sunset to sunrise.
Like, physically, or just...
Body and soul.
Ooh, that's interesting. I could borrow a few people with that. Is it a temporary thing, like, or can I reuse it?
It can only be used once.
It's always like, single-use items. This is annoying. Yeah, that is actually fairly interesting. Okay, just that. But yeah, I would definitely trade some interesting memories for that woman being shot, but it's up to you.
He's not really interested in that, but let me just see. All right, so Katya, was there anything in particular you want to look at?
Not an item, but I will go ahead and get this out of the way. She would kind of separate from Francis upon seeing Ambrose and approach him and just slap the crap out of him before wrapping her arms around him in a hug.
Okay, do you actually physically strike him in this place?
Careful.
Just tap his cheek. Just do that. There you go.
Fine, she taps his cheek.
Do you physically lay hands on him in a way that he does not wish? Like, as in, this is actually really important.
Please don't Thanos him. Just got it.
God.
Don't snap the catcher, God, please.
No. Oh, it's never easy.
Do it.
Shut up,
Shayna, don't do it, Shayna, no.
No, she's not going to do it. She is going to hug him and tell him that he's a fucking idiot.
There you go.
Making use of your common sense merit as
He'll
always.
whisper something in her ear, which I'll PM you and PM to anyone who uses those specs.
Who made these shoes again?
Come on, computer.
Some like Venetian monks or something.
What? The monks? Are you wearing the shoes?
I'm wearing the shoes. Darcy is asking Francis what brand they are and where I bought them. I bought them.
Oh yes, you didn't buy them. Somebody used High Society Influence 5 to get those shoes made. They were made by blind Venetian monks.
There we go. Okay, yeah, Francis will tell Darcy that they were made by blind Venetian monks and they were a gift from a treasured friend.
Did somebody walk up to one of those?
It's kind of weird. Ever since Delano was broken, the shoes have lost their luster.
No!
Oh.
God, you kill me, man.
God damn it.
Even more
You have to
reasons.
stab me in the heart again.
The tragical
You now understand that I have to find shoes like that. I will have to find shoes like that. This is fine. But I can't have someone outshoot me.
I'll be right back in a few minutes, guys. I just need to go get a drink. Feel free to roleplay amongst yourselves.
Oh, kind and most generous sheriff. Might I inquire as to something?
Oh, by all means, go ahead.
Well, you see, a few days ago, my colleague happened to have been severely inconvenienced. I can assure you that any further damages to your puppet strings will not be occurring.
Francis, Francis kind of has a fairly intrigued look, but in a fairly positive sense. He'll say, interesting. Perhaps this is a conversation we can have a little bit later, though.
Of course, that's why I'm being vague.
But I understand and I appreciate it.
As always, at your behest.
How about the issue that concerns me?
Well, a while back, I did happen to see Francis here acquire a rather interesting piece that I would be willing to trade more than simply your memories for.
This is nothing to do with the sheriff, sir. This is a deal with me.
This is true.
So what could I give you?
Clearly, given the fact that you were not able to bid such a price, not that much. I'll be honest, I don't even know what I'm holding. I just smile smugly.
Well, yes.
Francis does look a bit amused at that because it is just so. There is a sort of odd poetry to that is kind of entertaining.
It is. But I'm sure
I
Francis...
am aware that you're not aware of what's in there, but believe me, I don't think it's anything that you would find interesting.
Probably not, but it's something you are willing to go back on. Had the certain gentleman auctioneer have put an objection against you when you were going back on your deal, he could have easily turned you to Dutz for such a transgression. So clearly it's of value.
It's a value only to myself, however. And the auctioneer, is probably amused by this predicament of mine.
Well, I admit I did enjoy the game.
Indeed. Don't you think that you might have overpaid for something you didn't really need?
Well, after all, the acquisition of Wraith's souls is not something of a particular challenge to me. People simply have to die for me to make a contract with them. And given the mortality of humans, people die a lot.
Indeed, that is true. However, I do not understand what interest it was to you.
Wasn't at all. I'll be honest, I was only bidding because I felt amused.
I see. So what may I do to further amuse you, sir?
Well, we'll see. You seem like a reasonable person. If you try to keep your wits about you for long enough, you can easily trade this back off of me. But I'm sure that at some point it will come to an item or perhaps a situation that I am able to benefit from, and then I will call upon it.
After speaking with Ambrose a bit, she would approach Ryan and Monique. How about I let you look through my personal library in exchange for giving that orb back to the young lady?
I raise an eyebrow. Well, to be frank, I have no idea what you would own a library of. I naturally have an enormous amount of books myself.
She would extend a hand. Katya von Essen, Primogen of Clan Tremere.
Interesting. You don't by any chance happen to know a Damus, do you?
I haven't met most of the Tremere in the city yet. I am sorely lacking on that. I've been rather busy rebuilding our chantry.
Yes. It's funny, the situation occurring with those is rather amusing, might I say.
Yes, let's continue the conversation on letting the Autarkas view our private reserve, shall we?
My private library, Lord Stahlheim.
This end gentleman glides into the room. He has this wonderful air of gliding. But as you look at him, you'll notice the fact that his feet are not actually physically touching the ground. They're ever so slightly off it. Because he doesn't want to touch the ground here.
Why, Evan? Why? Why?
Because
Why
he
must
can.
you torment me like this?
Someone told him you will not set foot here, didn't they?
You think that's bad? I was talking about how I had fucking, made a deal with a fucking earthbound demon, and the Senecal appeared behind me, like,
That wasn't me, in my defense.
Oh, lol. Sorry.
But, all the same, I've heard about you, Ryan from Mo. I'm led to understand you're quite a practitioner of the art. Where are my manners? Alexander Stahlheim, Lord of Dublin, or Lord of Hibernia, at your service.
with one arm behind my back, I bow in a genteel manner. And who do I have the pleasure of addressing?
He just gave you his introduction.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to know what the hell that means.
He's Katya's boss.
Ah,
I oversee the interests of Clan Tremere for this entire island. I'm led to understand, Miss Von Essen, that my sire was most gracious in the giving of her benefices and favors to you.
She was, indeed.
Have you dispatched her desired payment?
Not as of yet. I'm waiting on one of my siblings to return to me.
Oh, you don't need to worry yourself with that. I will quite happily take it to her.
how interesting. Might I inquire as to your appearance here?
Oh, I'm here to bid on one of the items.
Joy.
And, of course, to spend more quality time with my dear Miss Von Essen.
I am so smug right now.
It's a pleasure.
You are what right now?
Smug. This is weird happening to someone else.
What, being shat on by the universe?
Yeah.
But, what an interesting little bauble. Who has the memory bauble?
That would be me.
My. I haven't seen something like that in a very long time. What do you want for it?
As they are having their discussion, Damien, with an expression that is hard to pinpoint at this point, calmly walks over to the sarcophagus and seems to be thoroughly studying it, taking his sweet time.
Do you want to roll me an intelligence academics history test?
Yeah, I'd love to. How
Okay.
do I do that?
Are you in the
You want?
Discord?
Yeah, you just roll on the Discord. There's a dice. There's a rolls room. It's even called rolls.
Must admit, that's a good question.
Okay. And, okay. Of course, yeah, I can also be on Discord on my laptop. Good thing I've got two machines. Okay, starting it up so that I can do that.
Take your time. There's no rush. But
Yeah,
he
so
smiles and he
first
says,
I need academics, then I need...
intelligence academics.
Okay, 3 for academics, intelligence 3, so 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, typical. And of course, it doesn't want to start up when it should be.
I'll roll it for you.
Yeah, so I've got 3 in academics, 3 in intelligence.
Wowzers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 successes. If you had a specialty, you would have gotten 8 successes. There were 3 10s.
Holy shit.
Wowza.
Talking of
Can you roll
beginner's
for all
luck
of us?
here.
Who knows, maybe I should have taken a speciality in archaeology since that is my character strength. But anyway, I seem to have enough successes.
Yes. The sarcophagus itself appears to come from the late New Kingdom period of Egypt. So this is roughly around the same era, more than likely within 100 to 200 years of Tutankhamun's era in the late New Kingdom.
Ooh, yeah. There is definitely an expression of definitely one of those like, oh wow, I haven't seen something like this in a while kind of looks.
And it appears to be entirely intact and still sealed.
It would be humorous for you to open the coffin, then be devoured by a swarm of locusts.
This is not the Mummy. I am not Brendan Fraser. Sit the fuck down and get the fuck home.
You've seen the Mummy, but also, if it is a mummy, which it might be, given the fact that it's unopened.
Damien has a surprisingly pleased look on his face, and
Saskia, you could not feed me the vial of true love. Damn it. There you go.
Just hold them down and make void for us to drink it.
And he will. Sorry, Evan. He would also like to check using those nice abilities that he has. He will be going for. Exactly. Entropy, level 1, wrote Sense, Fate, and Fortune.
Oh, fun. Okay. It doesn't do what you guys think it does. All right, so you want to do sense fate and fortune on the thing. My apologies. I'm not going to make the roll because I'm tired and I'd rather just answer questions.
Yeah,
The
that's the one.
sarcophagus, as you weigh it karmically, because that's how this works. It either has the ability or it has the potential to do great good or great evil, and it depends who gets their hands on it. Either great creation or great destruction will come out of it this day.
Which one is that? What's that?
The sarcophagus.
Okay, good to know. Damien makes a very hefty mental note of that. All the time saying nothing. He's just staring at the thing as if he's trying to almost to disintegrate it with his view. And once he's satisfied, he goes down and sits down and definitely seems less tense than he did before.
So, Mr. Flamel, what do you want for the bomb?
To tell you the truth, I'm interested in one item in particular. The good sheriff happens to have a blade of sorts that is a memento mori of the 5th degree. Major artifact, if you will.
He holds up his hand, he taps a ring, like this.
Yes.
That is also a memento mori of the 5th degree that he has on his finger.
Excellent. Would you be willing for a reasonable trade then?
Whose memories are these?
This is the part where you pipe up.
Shut up.
Christine.
Yes. Oh, I should tell him.
If you want.
These memories belong to me and to my sire.
Interesting. Miss, what's your name? I've seen your face, but you're the one who has my gift. I remember now.
Indeed.
I will buy your memories back for you.
Then I believe we have an accord.
He smiles at her. He holds up his fingers, and all I ask in exchange is a life boon.
You didn't see that coming.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh, you
I
did?
did. I'm just not. I'm not 100% of. Is that my life or someone else's?
Your life, a life boon. As in,
Let's
you
put it
do
this
what-
way: the 12 souls that Katya bid on the Vial Abyss, those were 12 kindred who owed Clan Tremere life boons.
Man, you put that in a context, and suddenly it's a lot creepier.
Of all the clans who have life
Oh,
foods,
for
the one that fucks
fuck's
with demons is the worst.
I swear I should have brought my demon today. God.
Yeah.
If it helps, I took this ring off a wonderful young woman. She was truly bright, happy, and filled with life. And that was before she was sent to the gas chambers. He smiles in that very disturbing way that only Tremere can smile.
Yeah, Damien, on hearing that, he was actually just very quietly trying to sip on a drink. He can't help but spit. At the mention of gas chambers.
Tell me,
So,
have you ever been to the realm of barbed wire and the Shadowlands?
no, I haven't. Though I'm meant to understand it's not the place that one would like to build a summer house.
Yes, it's hardly on the water side.
So, do we have an accord, Miss Christine? He says he's taking off the ring.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, wait. Oh, God.
Hey, look, if you could owe favors to somebody, it might as well be someone who actually likes you.
Does he like it, though?
I don't know. Fuck.
You can always beg.
Yeah, like it would work on them.
Hey, you haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
Roll that difficulty 10 charisma.
Well, I'd rather roll.
What do I roll for that?
Let's try.
There's no role really. You
See?
can't convince someone to take something that he doesn't really want to take.
You can't really like. What I'm saying is like I'd rather owe money to a Tremere than to a necromancer. So because at least then your friend here who offered to do the library stuff for you, Katia, I think it's she clearly has some sway over this gentleman, so you could always work something out that way.
More like he has sway over her.
Yeah, and a life boon is a life boon.
It is a life boon.
It's the highest of the highest of the highest of boons.
Definitely makes a scribbling note of that.
I'm getting bored, dear.
Fine.
On the side of which, could you imagine living under him as the prince? Because he used to be the Prince of Dublin.
Yeah, I know.
He seems fun.
Lovely chap.
If this is what you wish of me, this is what you will have.
Wonderful. He flicks the ring into the air.
Given the fact that I have dexterity 5, I'm going to catch it. Neat. All right, and I hand over the bauble.
He does the douchebaggiest thing I can imagine, Christine. He takes the orb in his hand and he flicks it into the air. Roll me dexterity athletics and pray to crap you catch it.
Spend that willpower.
Yeah, I'll just spend a willpower. There's no way. Like, why be such a prank? I'll spend a willpower.
So you roll dexterity. It's going to be dexterity athletics. It's going to be It's going to be stat difficulty, and because you really weren't expecting it, and he's not throwing it in a very cool. He's throwing it in a very sideways direction. Oh, you also get extra dice for your celerity. You're going to require a threshold of 3 successes, so it'll become 2 successes with the willpower.
So dex, athletics, and celerity.
Yes.
I'll roll as well.
5, 7. Fuck.
I roll as well.
I assume the auctioneer is still watching.
Intently.
I look over the auctioneer and go, well, it ain't worth 30, but at least it's a replacement.
By the way, when you look back at Stolheim, he's wearing another but different ring on his finger.
Well, I don't care where he got it from. It's not.
I don't know if I got anything.
Again,
you catch the vial.
Do I catch it?
Yep.
It would have been horrible if you dropped it and it would have broken and someone else would have gotten the memories instead. That would have been absolutely horrible.
I know, and that was a possibility, Saskia, because I'm evil.
Do you have
Yes,
a,
I know. No! I know you.
Poor Stalheim's a dick.
Do you have a name for said ring?
It doesn't have a name now. Though on the inside it says, do you speak German?
I speak a bit of German.
Okay,
I speak German.
It says on the inside of the ring, to my dearest Anna, in German.
Which one? The Frank one? Oof.
The what, sorry?
Just Anne Frank's ring or some shit. That's a lot of damage.
Anna, not Anne.
Yeah, that would have been.
But it is at this point that I'm going to end this scene. Thank you guys for Thank you much for watching.
Okay.
It's been another scene.
I just wanted to have my PCs look at stuff because my thing dropped.
Oh.
So yeah, Ambroise will look at the sarcophagus and just for shits and giggles, look at the mirror, see if how special is it? Is it special to have his reflection?
There's nothing that you can. Do you have all specs?
No.
Then they are exactly as they appear. Very nice paperweights.
And Luna will take a look at the magic box and the mirror, but there's anything. But yeah, she'll take a look at the magic box.
There's no magic box.
Other jewelry box.
Jewelry box?
It's a very nice jewelry box. If you want to roll me, I believe demons can do it with perception awareness. You can innately sense magic.
Okay.
Only if it's actively used, though.
Beg your pardon?
Only if it's actively used.
It's being actively used at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
And perception is okay.
Oh, by the way, who got hold of that painting?
The prince has it at the moment.
I thought it was Monique.
Nope.
It was, but the prince managed to give it to him.
Was, yeah.
Yeah.
And Monique didn't want it anymore after.
I could do some pretty lit favors to the prince now.
When
and
you guys,
Yeah.
And she will, and Luna will compliment Katya on her dress. She'll be like, "That's fucking kick-ass."
All right, so that's mindset, kids.
Evan,
Thank you. Yes,
I'm sorry, but I haven't had a chance to do anything this scene.
I don't care.
All right. Well, in the interest of brevity, I just wanted to have quick words with the auctioneer.
Oh, that's fine. Hang on. I'm sorry. That came out much more hostile than I intended it to. But yeah, he will look up from where he's sitting.
He'll approach the auctioneer, hands in pockets. Do you know the reason why I found your deal so distasteful?
Because you're far too silly for your own good doing.
Well, that is one way to look at it. I am uncomfortable with the price being paid by someone who I do not know who that could be. That is not fair nor just. And yet, the one who cursed me such, for him, it would seem years are cheap.
So what you're saying is, I should take from him to give to you, but in what way is that just, Deering?
Was it just what he has done to me? I think this is a reparation.
Reparation, Amy. An interesting perspective. Needless to say, my deal stands. I'll take 10 years from someone and give them to you. The someone, who it is up to me.
He'll just raise a finger. I must reject your deal if that someone will be one who is one whom I love.
Well then, unfortunately, we can't come to a deal, can we, dearie?
He retracts his hand slowly. You know, when you don't play nice ever, others will stop playing with you at all.
Unless, my dear, you happen to have something that they want. And let's face it, I always have something people want.
That's a good point.
And there are other ways to get what I want. And he'll just nod, bow slightly, and walk off.
Alright, now I am ending the scene. Fuck all y'all.
Nice.